Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. This weekend I'm doing some rabbit hunting, so I was thinking I'll make a video about it. I'm no expert, but I thought I could maybe let you know what I know, where to go, what to do, what not to do, how to hunt them, just different things I picked up along the way. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about all that, but also I will let you know and show you how to field dress a rabbit. That means skinning it and processing it. So if you kind of have a weak stomach and you're not a hunter, you might not want to watch that part, but I will let you know when that is coming up. So first of all, why rabbits? Wild rabbit meat is great because it's natural, it's hormone-free, it's organic, it's how it's supposed to be. It is easy to get. You go hunt some rabbits, you come home with 5, 6, maybe even more, and it's not like you go deer hunting and you spend 6 weeks up in the mountains and you don't even get anything. Now, once you have these rabbits, it is also easy to process them. You can process the meat yourself. You don't have to pay anybody. Versus you kill a wild hog or a deer, you need to pay a butcher to actually process that meat properly, and you're going to pay hundreds of dollars. It's not the case with the rabbits. Also, it is easy to store them. You can just put them in the freezer. You don't need to buy an extra freezer. It's not a lot of meat, but it is so delicious. So where do you go? I live in California, in the Central Valley area in Fresno, and I don't know any land over there. Unfortunately, anywhere I see rabbits, they're in places where you can't hunt them, near campgrounds, lakes, things like that. So I come to Nevada, to Reno, in the backcountry, and it's only about a 4-hour drive, so it's pretty cool. Now, what you need to do is check out the laws, first of all. So in California, if you do have an area where you could find rabbits, then you have jackrabbits year-round. You could hunt them year-round. There's usually a limit of 10 a day, which is a lot. And you need to have a hunting license. But other than that, you do not need tags or anything else. Now in Nevada, it's actually different because you don't even have to have a hunting license, any kind. Jackrabbits, black-tailed jackrabbits are year-round, huntable. But other rabbits, such as cottontail or white-tailed jackrabbits or pygmy rabbits, those have a season from the end of October until the end of February. So you do want to make sure you always check out the regulations and the laws. But right now it's June, so black-tailed jackrabbits are available. Also, the hunting hours are different here. You only have sunrise to sunset. You do not have the 30 minutes before and after like you have in California. So where do you go? Basically, you want to look for countryside like what you have here. For example, behind me, you see all these sagebrushes and all these things. That's what you want. Some trees are fine. Rabbits like to hide. But you want to make sure there are brushes here because they blend in so well. So well. Even the color, the rabbits have a color of like brownish, grayish. And these brushes are greenish, grayish, and they just blend, and it is impossible to see them sometimes. You don't want to look for a grassy area, and I'm going to show you one right now. They have nowhere to hide, so then you're not going to find them there. They're just too naked. So when do you hunt them? Rabbits are active at night. So sunset to sunrise. Now, of course, you only have a couple of hours before sunset and a couple of hours after sunrise. Now, I myself have never had any luck hunting at sunrise. Sunset. I just never, even fishing is just so much harder, or spotting any wild animals or anything like that. But sunrise, it is very different. So I come right out here, so I'm ready to go by the moment the sun rises, and you're basically looking for I'm looking for the body and the head, the round, because to me that sticks out from nature. A lot of people say to look for the ears, how they stick up. For me, I don't know, it's harder to see, and it doesn't really stick out in nature because you have sticks everywhere. But the roundness, that's sort of easier to spot. But you just do whatever works for you. And normally rabbits, if you could spot them when they're standing, then you're in luck because they usually stick around 10-15 seconds, giving you a chance to actually take a shot. And the funny thing is, if you miss, I mean, you could have your bullet go between their ears and they'll just go like this. And then they wait and they know they've been shot at, and they're just waiting, and you could take another shot, but that's it. After that, they take off, they hop off, they run off for about 10-15 seconds. You could go chase after them. You might catch up and you might be able to take another shot, or you might have another couple of rabbits run out from the bushes, or you might have nothing. But that's how basically it works, and it is a lot of fun. Do you need to wear camouflage? I mean, you really don't, because it's not that they're going to see you. What they do is they feel the vibration, you walking. So that's when they start taking off. Now, of course, it's always good to blend in nature. I like to do that, but you could wear some different color clothes. It's perfectly fine. So what do you use as far as rifles? Small caliber. I use a 22. It's perfect. You could use a 17 HMR or a shotgun. I myself don't want to use a shotgun because then I'm limited to very close range. And with a 22 and a scope, I could go up to 100 yards. Usually it doesn't go that far. I don't go that far, maybe like 50 yards to 75. But with a shotgun, it's so much closer. And I don't want to have any pellets in my meat. I just want to take a headshot if possible and have clean meat right there. So let's see, what else can I tell you about this? So a couple of more things. When you're looking for rabbits, you do not need to look for sources of water. They don't drink. They don't need to drink water. They get most of their fluids from the vegetation that they eat. So that's one thing. Another thing is, cold is not your friend. So even though a lot of the rabbits are in season in the winter, if it gets very cold at night or in the morning, it's just not worth it. I mean, I came out here in October, was great, even November, but December, January, February, you're coming out at sunrise and it's below freezing point. There are no rabbits around. So if you are trying to hunt anything other than the jackrabbits, come as soon as the end of October, November, and you'll see early December, I would say the latest. And you want to check the temperatures all the time. February might still be pushing it, so you might just be limited to black-tailed jackrabbits, but it's fine. So I think that's all I can tell you about rabbits. So let's go and try to see if I could get some. I did all right. I got 5 rabbits, so I'm pretty happy. Right now, what I want to do is say goodbye to those of you who do not want to see how to skin a rabbit. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you come back soon to watch my other videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I really appreciate it. Everybody else, let's go see how to skin a rabbit. Now, I am no expert by any means. I will show you a good method to do it. Do I do it well? I don't know, but I get it done. So at least I'll show you how to do it, and then you could make it a lot better. So let's go take a look. So there are many ways to skin a rabbit, and I'm just going to show you one way, the way I usually do it. And with this method, you're actually not gutting it. You're only skinning it about halfway down, because you're only going to use the hind legs and the back straps. And the back straps are about this small, but it really adds up, especially if you have a few rabbits. So this way you're not gonna gut it, and it's easier, quicker, and it's not gonna get gross, because gutting it the first time, that was just too much for me. Anyways, you get used to it, but this is quicker. But these are the things you need. You're gonna need a cooler, and you're gonna get some ice for that later. Ziploc bags, the freezer size, because you're gonna put the meat in it. You're gonna try to clean it out here as much as you can. Of course, when you get home, you're going to wash it, but I brought water and some gloves, a knife, some baby wipes, but that's just for me, and a towel. And normally if you have somebody with you, that just gets a lot easier, because they're going to have to hold the rabbit with 2 hands, and then you do everything else. But I'm always the lone hunter, so I got some yarn. This is pretty strong for me to tie up the rabbit to a tree and then just do it like that. I also got some zip ties just in case, and some bungee cord. I don't know, bungee cords are always good to have. So let's do this. So I have the rabbit tied up on a tree. Just basically you tie it up here, because you're gonna be cutting it somewhere here. So let's hope that you can actually see what I'm doing. So the first thing you do is somewhere below, I guess that's the knee, you're going to make a very small incision. You're only cutting through the skin. And it's very important that you do not cut into the meat, because then you're going to have a really hard time pulling down the skin, because you're going to basically just pull everything down like that. So kind of like that. So if you cut into a tendon, that's attached to the meat, and that will come with it as well. And I have done that before so many times. All the way. And then you have to cut in between the legs. So this is why you have to have it like this. And first what you do is you reach in with your hand, and this rabbit is still warm. And you basically grab it like that, and then you cut it. So now you can cut through that. Be careful not to cut the meat. And the tail, I just cut it right there. So once you cut it, you just pull it down like a dress. Just like that. It's a little stinky, but not as bad as if you cut the stomach open. You're going to cut the legs off, but basically for the legs, you just cut along the thighs. That's it. So actually I could show you right now the way you cut the back strap, or maybe I could do it now. You basically cut this whole part of this meat. All of that is really, really nice meat. So here we go. That's a nice piece of meat. A lot of people actually don't even think that they could have the back strap cut off. And then you have this other leg. So you cut along just like that. There we go. Just break it. There. There you go. Nice piece of thigh. These rabbits were not even really that big. They were kind of medium size. I saw a huge one. Huge, and I missed. So this is what I got out of 4 rabbits. What you want to do is wash it as well as you possibly can out here. Of course, it's not gonna be perfect. So if you need to transport it any more than 10 minutes, you put it on ice right away. Get some ice in your cooler, and then you take it home, and then you kind of go through it with almost a microscope. Make sure you take off all the fur, all the dirt, any bacteria, anything like that. You wash it really well, and then you put it in the freezer, or better yet, cook something really delicious out of it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have learned some things, if that's what you were looking for. Stay tuned for my upcoming videos. I usually make rabbit stew from the rabbit meat, because this way it's slow cooked for a long time and the meat just falls off the bone. So stay tuned for that video, because I'm going to show you how I do it. But also I have some really good Hungarian recipes making rabbit meat, so I'm going to experiment with those. And again, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. I see you soon.